Hello students, this is Dr. Anjani, Assistant Professor in Biotechnology. Welcome to e-learning sessions in immunology. Today in this session we learn about immunological memory. We know when the foreign substance, it may be microorganism or the toxins or the allergic material, when it enters the organism, that will be recognized by specific lymphocyte. And this lymphocyte will be selected from the population of the lymphocyte. So the selected lymphocyte should have the specific receptor on its surface to bind to the specific antigen or the specific foreign substance. So when it is selected, it will be undergoing the activation. It will be undergoing clonal expansion. It starts dividing to produce the same type of the cells. It produces the same type of the cells. All the cells will be having the same specificity towards the antigen. It may be B lymphocyte or the T lymphocyte. And these lymphocytes may be peripheral or the mucosal associated lymphocyte. They will be proliferated, will be having the same specificity towards the antigen, will be of two types. That is, the one will be considered as the effector lymphocyte and another will be considered as the memory lymphocytes. Effector lymphocyte will clear off the infection at that moment. So when the pathogen enters, that will be removing the infection or neutralizing the toxins that are produced by the foreign substance. And the another population, so such type of lymphocytes are called as effector lymphocyte. Whereas the another group of the lymphocyte that is considered as the memory lymphocytes. So these memory lymphocyte will retain the memory. They remember the pathogen entry for the secondary or the further subsequent encounter or further subsequent infection. And these memory cells will be long lasting and they will be remaining in the vertebrate organism in its lifetime. So these memory cells play an important role in triggering the heightened immune reaction when the same pathogen encounters or infects the organism. So this process is called as the immunological memory. Suppose we'll just take an example of B lymphocyte. So in a population of B lymphocyte, you have 1 to infinity number of lymphocyte, and these the B1, B2, B3 like that. So infinite number of B lymphocytes are there in the population. So when the antigen 2 enters the host organism, that specific lymphocyte, that is B2 lymphocyte, will undergo clonal expansion. They will be undergoing division and they produces the same type of the B2 cells, and all the cells will be having the specificity towards the antigen 2. All the cells will be having the specificity towards the antigen 2. And here you will find two types of the cells. One is effector B lymphocyte and another one is memory B lymphocyte. So these effector lymphocyte remove the infection at that moment, whereas memory lymphocyte will retain the memory of this antigen 2 for the further subsequent infection. It may infect for the second time or the third time, that is called as tertiary or quaternary, like that. So it will be expressing or the activating the immune reaction little more intense than the earlier one. So that is the immunological memory when there is activation of B lymphocyte. Suppose if the antigen presenting cell activate the TH cells or the TC cells in general. So similar to B lymphocyte, here also you will be having the n number of T cells in a population. Among them, the specific T lymphocyte will be selected. Imagine we are taking an example of infection of antigen 5. Antigen 5. So this antigen 5 will activate or it will be having the specificity in the T5 lymphocyte. Now the T5 lymphocyte will undergo proliferation and it will produce as the effector T lymphocyte and the memory T lymphocyte. So these effector T lymphocyte remove the infection at that moment, whereas memory T lymphocyte will retain the memory for the further subsequent infection. So this remembering or the memorizing the antigen for the further infection in the host organism is called as the immunological memory. So this is very, very important. Next, so I told you when there is exposure of the antigen in the host organism, it will take some time to produce the antibodies in the organism. So it will take around 7 to 14 days to prepare the antibodies to fight against the antigen. So that response is called as the primary response. Here the antibodies will be of low affinity antibodies. Antibodies will be of low affinity antibodies, and it will take time to onset of the to trigger the immune reaction in the host organism after infection. So it may be adaptive, or in case of the vaccination also the same process will be observed. So this is called primary response, that is due to effector cells. So these effector cell will clear off the infection when there is infection in the organism. Similarly, so when there is proliferation of the lymphocyte, it may be B or the T lymphocyte, we will find the two types of the cells. One is effector cell and another one is memory cell. So these effector cells are nothing but they are activating the primary immune response. But these memory cells are long lasting and they will retain the memory, or it will retain the information of the pathogen for the further subsequent infection. So these memory cell, when the same pathogen infects the same organism, these memory cells immediately they undergo proliferation rapidly than the earlier primary infection, and there will be increase in the antibody production. The antibody titer, the concentration of the antibody increases. In addition to that, the antibodies are high affinity antibodies. Antibodies are high affinity antibodies. They will be expressing the heightened immune reaction to clear off the infection. So this is called secondary immune response. So the same type of the graph you will see even in case of the vaccination, primary immune response and secondary immune response. But here in the immunological memory, to remember how the infection will be cleared by the host organism. So when the primary infection occurs, there will be the production of the low affinity antibodies. When the same host organism is infected by the same pathogen, you will find the activation of the secondary immune response, and the antibody titer will be very high, and all of them will be high affinity antibodies, and further they clear off the infection in few days. It will not take so long time to establish like in case of the primary immune response. So this immunological memory is very important to activate the immune reaction and to maintain the long lasting the resistance or the immunity in the host organism against the infection. So in this session we learned what is immunological memory, how this immunological memory will retain the resistance in the host organism in his lifetime for further secondary, tertiary or the quaternary infection. I hope you understood this topic. Thank you.